Hello, and welcome to the second battle report from the Giant's Lair in Plymouth. This is another test of a few different angles, different ways of filming, so let us know what you think. It's 25 points of Warmachine Hordes, Khador versus Trollbloods. Enjoy! The scenario that we're playing today is from the 2014 Steamroller packet. Scenario 1, Destruction. There's a 12 by 6 inch rectangular zone in the middle of the board and 2 objectives. From the end of the second player's second turn onwards, you control 1 control point for destroying the enemy objective, 1 control point for controlling the zone, or 2 control points for dominating the zone. The player with the last remaining Warcaster or Warlock is the winner, or the first player to 5 control points and more control points than their opponent. These are two 25-point lists, Khador and Trollbloods, and just for something a bit different, both players agreed to take a Collosal or Gargantuan. So here are the lists coming up.
Cool, so in the army today, we've got this model here being proxied as eSorscha rather than Prime. She's got a War Dog attached to her and Conquest in her battle group. She's also taken a full unit of Winter Guard with the UA, Cosmic Joe and 1 Rocketeer. And that's 25 points.
Okay, for the Trollbloods, it's pMadrak Ironhide, Thornwood Chieftain. His battle group consists of a Mountain King, and the rest of the army is a full unit of Trollbloods Warders and a minimum unit of Stones. That's 25 points of Trolls. The scenario is Destruction, and this is both armies setup.
eSorscha activated, she put Boundless Charge on the Conquest and 9 Flesh on the Winter Guard. She then advanced, gave the Winter Guard Desperate Pace, and then Wind Rushed up to the wall here. Conquest then charged up, charged the Mountain King, ended up just behind her. The Winter Guard all ran. Joe moved up, gave to Fearless, and the War Dog ran up to get close to eSorscha. And that was Khador turn 1.
Trollbloods turn 1, pMadrak cast Surefoot onto the Mountain King and advanced. The Warders ran up in front of him. The Mountain King ran up through the woods with Pathfinder, and the Stones spent 1 Fury to put all the Detective Aura and have 1 on them. And Trollbloods turn 1.
Okay, eSorscha activated first. She advanced over the wall and checked to see if she was in range of this guy for some quad iron shots, but she wasn't, so she wind rushed back and just popped Desperate Pace onto the Winter Guard. The Winter Guard then activated and bobbed and weaved forward. Had a few sprays over here and did a little tiny bit of damage, not very much. Joe moved up, gave him to Fearless. War Dog moved over here. Conquest aimed a shot into the Mountain King and did 8 points of damage to column 6. And put down some covering fire templates here, just in case, you never know. That was Khador turn 2.
Okay, Trolls turn 2. I read back all the Fury and kept Surefoot. Turn started with the Warders, who now have Pathfinder, charging over the obstacle to attack the Winter Guard. Hit 1, killed him, but he made his tough roll, so he's knocked down. pMadrak walked up, tried to throw Rathrak at him and actually missed. The Mountain King ate a whelp, walked forward and tried to spray, but was just out of range. And the stones again put up their aura of defensiveness and ran forward.
Alright, so eSorscha did Desperate Pace and then Windrushed herself over here. The War Dog followed over there. Conquest shuffled over and forward slightly, and he boosted a shot into the Mountain King, doing 7 points of damage, so chipping away at the Mountain King there. The Winter Guard got a Bob and Weave order, and they moved up, did some sprays, but dice -9 on the damage, didn't do an awful lot of damage. Joe also moved up, quick shot, but again no damage, but did give them Tough and Fearless. So Trolls struggling to hit the Khador infantry struggling to do any damage to the Trolls. And that's the end of Khador turn 3.
Right, Troll's turn. Madrak, seeing the only way to possibly hold off the conquest, will be to cast Stranglehold to force it to sacrifice movement or action. So went up, cast, hit, boosted damage, no damage. Cast it again, no damage. So in quite a lot of trouble, the Mountain King at least ran up to kill the objective, to get that control point. The Warders then walked up and killed 1 Winter Guard, and the stones put up their protective aura and ran up. And the Trollbloods' turn.
So, after the shocking dice rolls of last turn, the plan this turn was definitely to assassinate Madrak. So Conquest was here and he was going to charge up there, and Madrak had no fury on him, so it's pretty much a set thing. Had Sorcerer's Feet as well. Unfortunately, did all the other stuff first, activated the Winter Guard, faffing around doing some sprays and some shots. In all that, forgot to move this guy out of the way. ESorscha charged in with her feet and attacked Madrak, doing a little bit of damage. And then Conquest attempted the charge. He had boundless charge on him. Unfortunately, because I'd forgotten to move that guy, there was not quite enough space between this wall and these 2 models for his base. So a lot of frustration here for Khador this turn. But not to worry, did charge over here instead. My opponent Dave's let me do that, which is nice. That would have probably been a failed charge technically, but I think he's took pity on me for forgetting to move the Winter Guard. So perhaps could have trampled instead and killed him, I don't know. So moved Conquest over here. Got Mountain King on Sorcerer's Feet. Also interestingly, the Mountain King left a welt behind, and because Conquest had killed the Mountain King without spending any focus, he had 3 focus to deal with this welt, so he bought an attack, boosted the hit and boosted the damage. Did 52 points of damage, we worked it out with the Sorcerer's turn, so that welt has died quite a horrible death. But that is the end of the turn, and Sorcerer's probably going to die now.
Okay, end of Trollbloods' turn. Got pretty lucky. Wanted to take out the War Dog to reduce Sorcerer's defense, so charged in 2 of the Stone Bearers, but they did nothing. Leaving it all up to Madrak. He had a choice of just boosting all his attacks at a defense 18 eSorscha, but wanted to bring the warders in, so cast Carnage, charged across her melee range to get a charge bonus, struck his charge attack, and did a pretty good 14 points of damage on his charge attack. So that was 15. That was pretty lucky. Bought an attack, which was lucky enough to hit with his last Fury, and did another 4 points of damage, which was enough to end her.
Sorcerer's Satin.
End the game. There's the handshake. Good game.